Here are loads of old Bennie lifts, and now to the first one, which is the only single speed one. And now into the first block and into an old Bennie lift. And now to another old Bennie lift. And now to the next Bennie. There is also a basement here, but you can't get down to it and it's locked off in the lifts. The next Bennie has really good motor sound. And the next Bennie lift has been modernised by Bennie in the 90s. The next Bennie wasn't working. It closed its doors, but it refused to move, and then it refused to open its doors again. After a minute, the Bennie realised it wasn't working and cancelled the floors I'd pressed. At that point, I tried pressing door open again, and the doors opened. I wasn't trapped. And now to the next Bennie, which has been modernised in the 70s by Marryott Scott and has also recently been modernised again, where they've sadly modded the motor. And now to the next lift, which is the same as the last one. All of the lifts in this block have had their motors modded. That's a bit boring, so moving on to something else. And now to the boiler room. And now to the next lift, and has also had its motor modded. Okay, let's try another block. In the next block you can actually walk down to the basement. There's nothing much down there, just a staircase down to the lift. Despite being able to walk down, the lift still refuses to go down there. And now to the next lift, which has been replaced by a generic. This lift also refuses to go down to the basement, even though I could easily walk down there.
Lift going down. Doors closing. First floor. Doors opening.
And now moving on to the next block, and yes, another Bennie! And now to another boiler room. And now into the next block, and the Bennies here have been replaced with horrible pawn and done woodies.
Opening. Going up. Please mind the doors. Doors closing. Going up.
And now into the next block, which also has pawn and done woodies. I can't be bothered to film these. And now into the next block. This also has pawn and done woodies, but has a rather unusual arrangement. One lift stops at all floors ground to 10, while the other lift only stops at ground 3, 6 and 9. That's rather unusual. And now into the next block. And now into the next block. This one has that same unusual arrangement where one lift stops at all floors and one only stops at ground 3, 6 and 9. But this one still has its original Bennies. First the Bennie to all floors. And now to the non-stop Bennie. The next block only has dull pawn and done woody lifts. The next block, which also has the unusual floor arrangement, also only has dull pawn and done woody lifts. The next block has one dull pawn and done woody lift. There's also some blocks that run parallel to the estate, but these only have pawn and done woody lifts.
The door. Doors closing. Going up. Fifth floor. Doors open.